Hi everyone, my name is Justin Odisho, and in this video, I'm going to give you 10 plus different revenue streams and ideas to increase your income online and really maximize the amount of money that you can make online with what you're doing and start thinking of it more like a business. The number one thing that helped me start to be able to do this full time after growing my audience was thinking, okay, I have all this traffic now. What are all the different ways that I can really get the most out of this? If you have like an orange, how can you squeeze all the juice out of this orange? Use the skin, use the pulp, really get the most out of it, because it can be tough as a content creator if you're only trying to get by, for example, on YouTube, on Adsense and whatnot. You're really leaving a lot on the table, and maximizing your income can allow you to go full-time or independent a lot sooner with less viewership, less audience, because you don't need to get millions of views because you're getting more out of each view. So I have a whole list. This is a personal list that I wrote down for myself that I thought I might as well share with you guys. It's got 10 plus different revenue streams and ideas, some that I've successfully been able to put into use, and I'll tell you all the examples of how I did it so you get an idea, and some that I haven't done yet but are good ideas that I'm working on or could be alternative options. So feel free to take these and apply it to whatever type of content you're doing. Make sure it makes sense, and let's just jump right into it. So I have these in no particular order, but let's start out with just the most easy to understand: advertising. So one example of this is Google AdSense. That's the program that YouTube or your own blog can use, Google AdSense. And this just kind of gives you, it's the easy pre-roll ads or the skippable ads, display ads in front of videos. And ultimately it will lead to about $1, give or take, depending on what type of content you make, per 1,000 views. So you get 1,000 views, you get $1 from AdSense. But this has kind of been, for YouTubers, some of them the only method that they rely on. And it's really leaving a lot on the table, because if you do get 1 million views, that's worth way more than Google paying you $1,000 for that 1 million views. And we're going to continue talking about that. So Google AdSense, it's something that I do earn revenue from, and this does rely on getting more and more views, but that's a very easy option. It doesn't take much work. You just click a button if you have access to monetization. But then there's the new rules and restrictions with YouTube, where a lot of people say they haven't unlocked the amount of hours and watch time, and so they can't make money off their videos, or I can't monetize my videos. And that couldn't be further than the truth, because you don't need to rely on Google and YouTube to give you a check to monetize, because you can work directly. So another thing is direct brand deals. There's brands and companies that would be willing to work with you without you hitting some hour requirement. If you're able to make a really well-polished video, a company might be willing to sponsor it for you. So you can definitely work together with brands if you provide valuable content that matches up with their target demographic. Careful with selling out your audience. As a rule of thumb, I only ever really review stuff that makes sense on the rare occasions that I do, something that I would do for free or I like and enjoy and purchase with my own money anyway. So it really has to make sense on all fronts for me. But let's keep on going. The next one that you can easily implement now to really get more out of your 1,000 views or per each person is affiliate marketing or affiliate commission sales. So there's many different programs depending on the type of niche that you do. But in general, an easy and common one is Amazon affiliate. So if you are a gear reviewer, you review cameras and tech or anything that's sold on Amazon, which Amazon sells basically everything, you can sign up for the Amazon affiliate program, and they do have a small threshold requirement. I don't believe it's too out of reach. And let's say you review a camera or someone asks you what gear you use or what your favorite book is, then you can, instead of just recommending it to them, they can actually purchase it through your links, or if they click on your link to see your recommendations, then you earn small commissions, a couple % based on every sale. And although it's not as much as if you were actually selling the product, it is just extra income that you're able to squeeze if you were already going to refer those items to that person. If people are already always asking you, what microphone is this? What headphones are these? You might as well earn the commission, or you might as well make sure you have it optimized. That's the word of the day here, optimization per view. Now, Amazon's an easy one, but there's literally almost a affiliate website for almost any software or big software and program. So another one that I do that I actually have a lot more success in than Amazon is the Adobe affiliate program. That works for me because I'm one of the top software tutorial channels. So a lot of people are coming to learn the Adobe software on my channel. And consequently, if they want to sign up, they can sign up through my link. That might not make sense for you because you don't make Adobe software content, but whatever content you do make, do some research, Google, check out all the different affiliate programs that seem like they would make good sense for you, and start implementing those links in throughout your videos. Make sure you're following all the terms of services on YouTube and those websites and agreements. But in general, this is a easy way to, now you're making ad revenue or not, brand deals, and affiliates. So now we're already making a little bit more than just relying on Google. The next thing I have written down here, I do have a podcast, and I have written down sponsor ad reads, but that just kind of goes right along with direct brand deals. For example, at the beginning of my podcast interviews, I could fit in 1 or 2 different brands that each pay me X amount based on the amount of listenership and analytics that I can tell them. Oh, this episode's going to get 5,000. This episode's going to guaranteed get 10,000 plays. And then, you can figure out different models for working together a good price for you guys. But that's an easy way to get much, much more juice out of your content. I'm not going to say easy. Sorry, none of this is easy. Okay, this is a business. This is hard. You're working together with brands and peoples and trying to deliver good value and making sure it makes sense for everyone. But the amount of time that it would take you to make $100 on Google Adsense versus a company paying you $100 to integrate an ad read is disproportionately lower. Next up, something I do here on the channel that I've experimented with, or you can do on different platforms, is live streaming. I enjoy live streaming. It's really a very fun thing for me to do. And through live streaming, there's donation options, like YouTube has Super Chat, Twitch has donations and sponsors. And you can also generate sales or refer people to things in the live stream. So that's going to lead into some other things that we're going to get into. But hey, go to my website, buy my book, whatever. This can be a funnel to direct traffic to other things. And the next thing that also kind of goes along with live streams, but you don't even have to do live streams, is sponsoring. So this is just fan funding. So there's websites like Patreon. There's YouTube offers the member or sponsor button. Twitch offers sponsorships. It does kind of go hand in hand with live streams because on YouTube, you can unlock custom emotes and badges next to your name that people like to use in live streams. But with things like Patreon or just direct fan funding, you can offer certain perks to your members. Let's say you have a podcast and you do want to keep it sponsor free because nobody likes advertising. You can pledge that for every $1,000 a month that you can receive in fan funding, or whatever number you have, then you'll promise to do another ad-free episode or 2 or whatever. The thing with this is you have to have really good quality content that people are willing to pay money to support directly. Otherwise, it won't work. So the most successful cases of this are people who probably could make a lot of money on advertising because they have really great content, but they have so much leverage through the value of their content that they're able to go with a more direct fan funding approach. Now, the next one we're going to go into is, in my opinion, the most important and the quickest route that you can get to financial or passive online income freedom, or, just sustainability, allowing you to get into doing whatever you're doing creation-wise full-time, and that is creating your own products. You're not a business really until you have your own product, and although advertising service and brand deal and sponsorships are a product in a way, if you have your own product, whether that's physical or digital, that you can directly sell to your customers rather than take affiliate commissions from and only get a small percentage, this is the quickest way for you to have a sustainable business. So for me, I have digital products. So I sell effects packs and color packs, and I'm working on overlays and other resources and film packs that go along with my audience, which is filmmakers and video editors. And so it all makes sense. So you have to think, what is your audience? If you've been making beauty content, for example, then come out with your own makeup line or whatever. If you know, it has to make sense for your audience, and it has to be something that's actually valuable, useful, will save someone time, or it's a good product. It's not just a begging for money package. And if you've been creating content for a while, it should naturally lead into a good product. Your audience should almost kind of be obvious what might be a good product. So for me, I made hundreds and hundreds of tutorial videos on how to create different effects, video editing transitions, colors, and all these Adobe softwares. And so people just kept asking me, is there a way that I can do this without having to do it over and over? Is there a preset way? Can I pay you to do this? And so it makes sense. I made a preset pack, easy way for people to just get every single effect that I've ever taught into a package and just click, drag, and drop. And I can put a price tag on that because it will save them so much time. I've spent a lot of time and effort on them, and that's allowed me to make way more than Google AdSense could pay me per view. If 1,000 people watch one of my videos and 2 of them buy an effects pack, which I have set at $50 each, then I just made $100 from 1,000 views. Whereas 1,000 views would have only gave me $1 on Google AdSense. So you can see how these ways will start to mix. I'm not saying that is the conversion rate. It's probably always going to be very hard to convert actual customers. To get someone to actually pay you for something, you have to really be providing something that's useful and valuable to them. But you can see quickly how we've already went from just one revenue stream, which a lot of people rely on, Google AdSense, to now having 2, 3, 4, 5, and allowing us to get by and make a living on less viewerships. Remember, none of this is easy. This is all very, very hard work. I've read dozens of books. I've dedicated my whole life into this. I've created hundreds of videos. I've studied, I've learned, I've worked hard, I stayed up late. But if you're willing to do the same, you got to be optimizing it, and it's going to allow you to do more with less. Some other things I have written down as product ideas. If you don't have a digital product, you could have a physical product, like we mentioned earlier. Physical products, if you're a tech channel, you came up with a new really good mouse or a new headphone or a new microphone grip or stand, whatever. That could also be merchandise. Merchandise kind of goes along with fan funding in a way, because if someone supports you and they buy a t-shirt, it's kind of like, supporting you. You get a t-shirt. They also get to advertise your brand, but you can take merchandise a lot further than just a easy way for someone to support you. If you make cool ideas, unique merchandise that goes beyond just your audience. For example, I could make just like a Justin OD show merchandise that only my audience would maybe support, a coffee mug or something. It'd be nifty. But if I was able to make a really clever and iconic shirt design that has to do with video editing or filmmaking in general, that even people that didn't know me would find it funny and wear it, and it could be a bigger vision, then that might be a way for me to execute that better. Some other ideas are doing courses. So you could sell courses, especially if you have an educational type of content like myself. Educational material is valuable. You could do an A to Z course on how to do whatever that thing that you're an expert in is. For me, I could do like a full-on class on how to edit from start to finish with hours of high definition content. I just choose to give it kind of all away for free on my YouTube channel, but I could create a higher quality product and package it into a course and make it easier for someone if they don't want to go through hundreds of different YouTube videos. And that would be worth money. Educational material, I believe, is such a huge industry. I forgot the statistic. You could also do subscription models. So offering exclusive content or products on a subscription model. Think like those boxes that you can sign up for, monthly boxes of whatever, or people that just have their websites running on membership models. So subscribe to the magazine and you get a new art magazine on your doorstep every week or something. If you're a photographer, you could do prints, physical prints of your photographs or work. You could write a book, like an ebook, if you are an expert on a subject, or if that is your calling or you're passionate about writing, you could write an ebook. For myself, I could write an ebook on software help, or I could even take it the other way and write a real book. This is something that I want to do one day, but not everyone probably wants to be an author, but still, one day I would like to write a book on just my life's journey or something that I've learned, or just something that I want to share that I've learned throughout my life. But those are just a few product category ideas: digital, physical, courses, subscription models, and you can take it whatever way you want that might fit with you. But products is super important. This is the first one I would focus on if you don't have it yet, on how to become more stable, have a better foundation under you so you can float, so you can breathe, so you don't have to be a slave to the views as much, and you can have more resources and stop kind of selling your time for money as much. The next category of revenue streams that we have are services. So everything that we've been talking about so far has been products or funding or sponsorships. You can actually also provide a service based on your skills. So working with clients, if you're a designer, creating somebody's design for them, picking up their projects and their work, shooting somebody's music video, doing consultation. Like for myself, if I ultimately end up knowing all this stuff about online business and there's an absolute beginner that wants my direct one-on-one help, I can do like Skype lessons or training or in-person calls and directly help them, and they can pay me per the hour. Or editing help. If someone wants to learn one-on-one, I can do that and they can pay me by the hour. You can even take this into live workshops. That's another idea. Hold live workshops, rent out an event space, sell tickets or not, or however you figure out how to monetize it, and sell the service of you teaching or doing your skill, or performing whatever service it is that you have to perform. Usually I like to stray away from services personally. I just really dislike doing client work, and I also feel like services are the first and easiest thing that you can do, because you can always provide a service for someone else, mow someone's lawn or take care of someone's video editing work. This is always the easy one to fall back on. It's not hard to find work per the hour. It's harder to take these services and turn them into products and things like that no longer require a time trade. So that's just me personally. But if you're charging something that you think your time is worth, then services are definitely great. And you can also combine services with everything else. Like if you do have someone pay you to do a service, you can also create content out of that. Like you can record it and share it with everyone else, or you can include it in a course, or you can get two birds with one stone out of more of these things and revenue streams if you think about it. Another thing that I've written down is possible alternative routes. So obviously, you can have your hands full, especially if you don't have a team. You can try to work up to building a team, but I do have alternative routes. Like let's say this YouTube shuts down my channel, Instagram shuts down, Facebook shuts down. I am starting from scratch. I've left with nothing. I don't have all this content generating traffic and into these funnels and sales and whatever. Then, I could always just rely on my skills. I could just become a video editor for hire for a while. I could also start to get into the music video industry and get more into editing and making people's music videos, and that's like a whole nother lane. I could become like a YouTube channel manager. I could take somebody and be like their business manager because I know all about analytics and YouTube and making video and search engine optimization and all that stuff. So these are all things that I wouldn't necessarily do while I'm trying to run my own business. But if I wanted to go an alternative route, I could always keep going, keep making a living with these different skills. Like at this point, you know, I don't ever see myself having to use my college degree, which I got, which is, you know, just a degree in information technology. And whatever you have, after a certain point of building up your skills and your resume, you can make it so that you're invaluable to the market, whether you're in your own business or decide to change lanes somewhere else. You're always valuable. You're always bringing value. And then I have, you know, side hustles. You could always flip stuff. I used to flip clothing a lot, jackets and clothes and jeans and shoes. I used to flip that a lot when I was more into it, or flipping technology. So that's kind of like, if you have extra time, want to make extra money, or if you don't know what to do and you're still building your skills, or you're trying to transition from your retail job to your independent online income job, you can do side hustles like that. That's the only one I've written down. There's definitely probably other side hustles, like, I don't know, mowing people's lawns or whatever. That's old school. But side hustles is something that can fill in the small little gaps if and when you need it, if you have the extra time. So those are like 10 plus revenue stream ideas, some that I'm implementing right now, some that I'm working on, and some that I have that I'm thinking of for the future or alternative routes. If you enjoyed this video, I do have 1 or 2 other videos about making money online on my channel and building an audience. I'll link them. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, or the best way to reach out to me is to send me a DM on Instagram. You guys can follow me on Instagram to stay up to date with all my behind the scenes, what I'm working on, and just keep in touch with me in general. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Leave a like on it. Let me know if you enjoyed this type of thing, if it was helpful, if you got any ideas from it. This is actually exactly what I wrote to myself. I did not write this to make a video out of it. I'm just sharing with you guys actually how I think about this stuff and how I've been able to make a living. So for as of now, and we're always working on it. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, all that. And I'll see you guys in the next video.